Recovery on Air, the official podcast of Crossroads Addiction Rehabilitation. Candid discussion about addiction and recovery with the people who have lived it, along with input from experts on the journey from struggle to triumph. Laugh, cry, and be inspired. And now, your host for Recovery on Air, Christin Day.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Recovery on Air, where we talk about the good, the bad, the miracles. I am super excited about this guest today. I met you 7 years ago. Probably. You were the main speaker at the CMA New Year's Eve event. Yes. You were pregnant with your son, about to pop. Yeah. And I was like, I want to be just like her. Oh my gosh. I love you so much. So Erin, thank you so much for coming. And I feel like ever since we met, we have been connected.
Absolutely.
In our own little way.
Yes.
So
thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate that. Yeah.
I'm super excited because once I heard your story, I was just like, wow.
Yep.
You got some shit, girl. Yeah.
And that's, now 7 years later.
Right. You even got more stuff. No.
And a relapse
right
in there. So, yeah.
Listen, I feel like sometimes relapses have to happen for us to overcome bigger things, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like I had to go through my relapse and lose my daughter to get where I am today and be who I am today.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it sucks that that's what had to happen, but.
Yeah. And, for me, I think that in it, I didn't lose. I was able to maintain the job that I still have now and everything. But at this point, I had been sober.
For sure.
10 years and 51 weeks. And I just stopped doing the work. And man, it was so subtle. It was so subtle. And it's like if I was there on my own and, I was in a hotel in California on a vacation and the concierge brings a bottle of champagne, to the door. And had I opened the door, I'd have been like, nah, it's fine, But it was like, I think even more so, I'd started working the steps backwards. Yeah. Right? Like I wasn't doing an inventory. I wasn't in gratitude at all. Like I wasn't working with others. I started, I didn't have all that much wreckage, but like I stopped with any amends. And then, it goes back even further, and then you start, the character defects are cropping up, and then you were like, oh, man, damn, I'm mad. Like, just like all the resentments are like popping up everywhere, resentful at the kids because that wasn't there before, resentful at the spouse, resentful at the job, resentful at the people that, I think wronged me or didn't reach out to me, and and then all of a sudden I'm like back to one. And it was just the door of opportunity, of opportunity. For sure. Just popped open a little bit. And the codependency was like, I don't want them to be doing this alone, and it was drinking only, really. I mean, I smoked some weed. Well, no, I smoked a lot. But so
were you ever into weed growing up?
Kind of, I guess, but I wasn't this bougie, and when it was always the hangover cure or whatever the
help you eat,
the recovery cure,
right?
But here's me. Okay, so fine, I'm drinking, right? I'm drinking. That's whatever. But am I going to smoke weed? Well, it's legal. I don't care. I have to have a card because I feel like I'm breaking the rules. I was breaking the rules
Yeah.
now. And I mean, and it was legal, and yet here I had to go do the right thing and go get a card, and it was
then
stupid.
You can condone it, and
Yes.
it's okay. And
yeah, but at the end of the day, what I lost was my sanity.
right,
For
sure.
I mean, I was a puddle.
Yeah,
I could not function. I couldn't parent my children. I couldn't do the basic things to get through the day. So where I didn't lose like tangible things,
you lost yourself.
I lost myself.
Absolutely.
And I still feel like I'm trying to find her. And it's been almost 3 years that I've been sober again, you know? And so that's hard, you know?
I get it.
I
get it. It takes some time.
Yeah.
So before that relapse, let me ask you, do you believe in like the 5-year itch, the 7-year itch, the 10-year itch? Like I've noticed like people that have a longer time in sobriety, like one of my husband's tattoo clients the other day was talking, and he was like, you need to be careful. 8 years was one of the toughest years for me. And I was like, oh God, don't tell me that.
Well, and maybe it's not an itch at like a certain year, but more so if I look back thinking of, you know, I always did it every anniversary. I would come up and I'd be like the woulda, coulda, shouldas, right? You know?
Yeah.
I should be here. My life should look like this.
Right.
I should have these things.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done that. I should have.
Yeah.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Right.
Didn't, and would have, should have, and could have.
Right.
But did not. You know, but did.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think that because alcohol wasn't what brought me to my knees, there was this thought of, well, it wasn't so bad, and I was never really the drinker.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what it was.
Listen, I would have had 10 years sober in September, and I was like, I can just drink like a little bit. Like, I'm going to have a shot of Fireball because it's my friend's birthday.
Yes.
And then one shot of Fireball ends up to being a gallon. Stomach's getting pumped.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then 28 days later, I have a needle back in my arm. Yeah. And I'm getting loaded.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's it. So I want to get into like childhood and everything like that because, like I said, your story is just, whoo. So how was childhood?
So childhood was good. I mean, my parents were married, and we were this, you know,
Did you grow up here in Arizona?
Pretty much.
Okay.
So my father was military, grew up, well, I was born in Quantico, Virginia, moved to North Carolina for 3 years, moved to Yuma when I was 6.
Okay.
So I was the youngest of 3. I have a brother that's 7 years older, a sister that's 10 years older. And, you know, I feel like things were normal. My father was a pilot in the military, and my mother was a nurse at my school.
Wow.
And so I never got away with shit. You know, like, Mom, I don't feel good. Oh, yeah, right. You know, and
Get your ass back to class.
Until in 5th grade, she was like, you're fine. I was complaining of these stomach aches.
Yeah.
And then I had to go to, because at the time, I don't know if they still do this anymore, but you had to be cleared through the hospital type thing on base before you could go because of our insurance.
Right.
And I get there and they touch my side and they're like, oh no.
Your appendix.
Yes.
Yep. Ruptured.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
God.
They said if I waited even probably an hour more, it would have ruptured. I was lucky.
Wow.
But yeah. So that's one thing that I remember. I do remember, and I did have one situation. My best friend lived 2 doors down, and her parents, I thought, since her father was also in the military, you know, that he was like my dad. Yeah. Right?
For sure.
And I go spend the night over there, and I don't remember much. I remember scenes, right?
Mm-hmm. How old were you?
7.
Okay.
And sitting in the jacuzzi with him. Her mom was out of town, and so it was me and her and him in the jacuzzi, and him asking me to sit on his lap. And then after showering, I don't know if I had bathing suit on or not. I don't I don't remember wrestling in the family room. Like all of those things.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it's blank.
Right.
But then, so she moved away a couple years later, and then I remember not feeling myself, right? And it wasn't like I was in some certain group in school. I wasn't popular. I wasn't,
Yeah.
But I just didn't feel right.
Okay.
And not even that I couldn't fit in, because I could.
Yeah.
Just didn't feel a part of, I suppose.
Got you.
And then I know that I started hooking up with boys super early. Super early.
Me too.
And I knew.
Yeah.
Like, that deep down within every man, woman, and child is the fundamental belief in God. I knew that what I was doing was not what a 12 or a 13-year-old girl should be doing.
Right.
And
were you messing with older guys too?
Yeah.
Oh,
high school.
Yeah.
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 And then I know that when I lost my virginity, at 14, I just knew that wasn't normal.
Right.
And my girlfriend, I lost contact with her, and I think maybe her mom had reached out to my mother, but she had started experimenting with drugs, and and mom and dad had split, and I wasn't really sure, but I just knew that there had to be a reason why.
Right.
Because she was
childhood trauma.
Something.
Yeah, for sure.
And I still think that I was outside of the hooking up with guys. I was still pretty innocent.
Right.
I wasn't. I did drink a few times, and it was because being down in Mexico with my other friends and their, older siblings and their dads who were single, maybe, getting drunk and stupid high school stuff.
No, absolutely.
But then I moved away, and I think I was down at U of A, and I think I was there in my apartment for maybe a week or two.
Okay.
And I get the knock on the door from process server, and they were like, "Here you go." It's like, "What is this?" This person is suing her father for molestation of a minor, and I was like, Whoa. 13 years later, now I'm having 12 or 13 years later, I'm having to tell my mom and dad this.
Oh, no.
And of course they were mad.
Yeah.
But I think they did the best with what they had.
Right.
And it was one of those, are you okay? Do you want counseling? Here's an attorney so that you can participate in this deposition or whatever it is.
Right.
And then we'll put it in the box, and we'll put it up on the shelf.
And not talk about it
and
anymore.
not ever talk about it again.
No, for sure.
And that's where that first, real significant, noticeable depression came in. Gotcha. And then I was like, oh, do I want to experiment? Do I want to try ecstasy?
Right. Sure.
Why not? I had smoked weed one time in high school. And so then there we go. And
so it started with the ecstasy.
Oh, yeah. Then again, we did the deposition. I got to hear all the horrible things. And she wasn't trying to sue him. She was trying to get counseling. And she was trying to get him away from his 5 or 6 year old child that he had with wife number 4 or 5.
Gotcha.
But then
it brought up all your feelings.
All my feelings.
Yeah.
Put them in the box, put them away. Then I came back to Yuma. I ran for Miss Yuma County while I was there.
Okay.
And
in a pageant.
Yes. The first step in the Miss America
pageant.
And I just wanted the scholarship money, you know, and I didn't have a problem speaking in public.
Had you ever done pageantry before, like growing up?
No.
Okay.
So I ran with my best friend in high school. She asked me to run with her our senior year. But it was a big deal there in Yuma. Like, he was part of the fair, and it was very, you know, I can't even remember the movie now, but it was a big deal. Scholarship money, right? And you got to be a role model.
Yeah.
And so we always went to the fair, and we always watched the pageant.
Yeah.
So I'll just do it. I did it my senior year of high school. I got first runner-up.
Of Miss Yuma.
Of Miss Yuma, and it was like no big deal.
Yeah.
I'll just go.
Yeah.
And so then my girlfriend didn't tell me that she was running again the next year because so she won.
Okay.
The following year, and then she came back to me and said, "Hey, Erin, you should really run
again."
Right.
Okay.
And it was my sophomore year of school, so I ran. I won. Stayed in Tucson till the end of the school year. Then came back and was in Yuma for that year while I prepped for Miss Arizona. Mm-hmm. Did my community service program and was really taking off with that, doing a lot of speaking.
A lot of volunteering.
Yes. Making a lot of appearances. Somebody was telling me where to go, how to act, what to do, what to wear.
Right.
And it was God.
Yeah.
You know, I really believe that was God.
Absolutely.
Then I ran for Miss Arizona and I won, you know.
Yes.
But that dis-ease is there. And like, I didn't have everyone's unanimous approval.
Right.
And so I felt like I didn't deserve it. Sorry.
No, I got
But
you.
like, I won. I wasn't I was competing against 22 other women.
Yeah. And it's
Where the hell do I get off thinking that
you don't deserve it? Like you do.
Or that I have to have everybody's approval.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And so again, here I was, somebody telling me what to wear, how to act, what to say, where to be for that year. And I traveled all over the state and I went to Miss America and I felt so good, you know? And over that year, I did find out that my first runner-up, they were prepping her. So like I wasn't our biggest sponsor at the time. And I mean, I got a big scholarship.
Yeah.
And back when school was cheap.
Yeah.
So
I
never had to pay a penny for school.
Got you.
But they were taking her all over the world.
Wow.
Doing appearances. And because my talent was classical piano.
Okay.
It wasn't as easy of a talent to display.
Got you.
And they were getting her coaches and all these other things. And so there I got big ass resentment.
Yeah.
And so when my year of service ended and I subsequently crowned her, I was like, you know what? I am 21 years old and I have been an adult and I have been doing all of this, where to go, where to be, how to, what to say for several years now. And I want to act.
I want to act like
a college kid, you know?
I want to do what I want to do.
Oh, and so quickly. I mean, so quickly.
Yeah.
So within 2 years, I had gone from Miss America stage to Bourbon Street stage.
Hell yeah.
You know? And twirling around up there. And I was like...
Living your best life.
Hell yes. The validation, I am good enough.
Yeah.
I am pretty enough.
Right.
People want to be with me. I can get into all the clubs. I don't have to wait in any lines, you know? And like...
Pageantry life is, and I've told you before, like you are one of the biggest people. When I met you and I, you know, found out your story and everything, I was like, I want to be a pageant queen. I want to do it. I want to do this. And like, I think nowadays pageantry is a lot different than it used to be.
It is so much different.
Yeah, because it was very prim, proper. You had to be this. You couldn't have tattoos. You couldn't do this. your hair color sure in the hell couldn't be green,
right.
you know?
Right.
So,
I mean, I remember when I went, Miss New York at the time, she had a tattoo of like ballet slippers on her hip or something, and she talked about it, and it was like, oh my gosh, it was the biggest deal, right?
Yep.
Or the one state contestant that had breast dog, and it was like, oh my gosh, you know?
Yeah.
So that is good that it has changed. But yeah,
So did you start diving more into your drug addiction, working at Bourbon and that whole industry in itself?
Yes.
I mean, you know where that leads, and we know what happens. And
and I didn't, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. The coolest thing.
Right.
But then it got to a point where now I'm losing relationships, and none of my friends are anything other than real, anything more than surface level.
For sure.
And all the while, I have that thing, right? I grew up with those good morals and values and integrity, and I'm like looking in the mirror and I'm like, this is not me.
Yeah.
So I don't want to stop.
Yeah.
So I'll just stay as far away from her as I possibly can.
Got you.
How do I do that?
Yeah.
Whatever
Suppress
you could
it.
give me, I'm doing it. And then, I lost a relationship. And 9/11, my boyfriend at the time, I was living with him, and he had moved back to Boston.
Wow.
And on 9/11, he called my parents and told them that I needed an intervention. Now, that was intervention 1.
Wow.
And they show up, and, I think that the second tower had just gone down, and like my life is falling apart.
Life is falling apart.
Oh my gosh. But I am a wonderful manipulator at this point, and I'm like, it's not that bad. He's overreacting.
Right. It's okay. I have it under control.
My parents don't know any better.
They were naive and listened to your bullshit.
Yeah.
Got you.
And so they left.
Okay.
And then he broke up with me and kicked me out and sold the place, and I had to get out, and it started to get deeper at that point. And I had a girlfriend that she was like, hey, listen, if you are looking to get out of the dance, I wasn't a stripper, I was a dancer.
You were an exotic dancer. Yes. I love it.
Like, I have a friend, or, he's my gynecologist.
Yes.
And he's looking for somebody to work for his office, to do admin stuff.
Admin. Yeah. Okay.
And I was like,
sign me up.
Okay. But I had also gotten to a place where like no amount of makeup could cover the picking at myself
that we were trying to hide. No, for sure.
No,
I
get it. It was never bugs. It was never that stuff.
Yeah.
It was, I got to stay as far away from this girl, and I feel so ugly on the inside.
Right.
Yeah. And so, boom, this perfect opportunity. And so I took it.
Okay.
And I realized how quickly I could manipulate him. And it started a little bit like, and on the flip, I think he knew.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he wanted to feed your addiction?
Yes.
Keep you sick?
Yes.
Got you.
And so that turned into another year of, now I'm doing IV opiates. I've never done heroin specifically, but like straight from the bottle, the Demerol, all that other shit.
Got you.
And
Dilaudid.
Oh, yeah. But I've got the Keymaster.
Yeah. Because you got the doctor that'll write you the scripts.
Do it for me.
Even better.
And going on vacations.
Yeah.
So he was the holding the
Let
carrot, and I was
here you go.
I was the willing participant, but at the same time, then over the years, I was like, okay, he did an intervention, called my parents.
Oh wow.
So this was back in 2004.
Okay.
And so I go to treatment. I check in.
Here in Arizona?
Yeah, I went to Valley Hope.
Okay.
And I'm there and I'm pissed, right? I want to be there. And, but then like a week goes by and I feel like, man, he did bring me down some like benzo of some sort.
Okay.
So I was able to acquire that. But then I start doing the steps real fast. I jump to the amends. I call the boyfriend, like, look, I'm here now, you know.
I'm
he's
better.
like,
Take
go
me
to
back.
hell. So I find some little hostage. He's like 10 years my junior. And we end up falling asleep, taking a nap in my room. And I got kicked out.
For fraternizing.
Gotcha. Yeah. And they're like, but you can go to our IOP program. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, what's the point? I didn't want to do it anyways. So I go to the IOP a couple times, and they're like, whoa, we cannot handle the scope of your problems here.
You need a higher level
a higher level of care. We will take you back, but you will be red flagged. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
F you, I'm not doing it.
Right.
And so he and I now, this boy and I've hooked up, and now we're like,
now you're in love, and
gosh.
two sickies making icky.
Yeah. And that just led on. But I still worked for the doctor, even though I wasn't doing the opiates anymore. I had earned the right. You know, now I'm up to doing just meth and GHB. Meth and GHB.
Okay.
I had earned the right to pass out behind my desk in my office. I had earned the right to show up to work when I wanted, because like, what had you done to me?
Yeah.
You know, there were times where like I woke up and didn't know how my pants got ripped. Wow. In those, when I was hanging out, he'd be like, oh my gosh, you were crazy. So I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow.
And not to worry, he's not around anymore. So
got you.
Yeah. But it was just sick. It was so sick. And then I think in 2008, I was like, F this. It's my birthday. I'm just not going to work anymore.
Okay.
So I just stopped going. No call, no showed.
Gotcha.
But I still have to feed the habit.
Yeah.
So I did what any respectable, unwell drug addict has got to do. I started selling, and I started selling myself.
Yeah.
And I did that for a few years.
Gotcha.
And then the real consequences started happening, and like getting pulled over. And I was in a GHB blackout, and I had some shit on me and got arrested, and I spent like 10 hours in the shoe.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. I never even got up on the website, which was cool.
Yeah.
But it was processed in and out. And
what'd they get you for? Just having
like, it was Prop 200.
Okay.
So it was like first offense paraphernalia. Is what I got charged with.
Gotcha.
And so I go, and they offer me my plea, and it's like 18 months unsupervised probation, class 6 undesignated felony. It'll get dropped to a misdemeanor if I successfully complete, or a task for 1 year, and it'll be gone if I successfully complete. Perfect. And I was like, I'm never going to get in any more trouble. I'll do the 18 months.
Yeah.
My color got called the night before I was supposed to go give my plea.
Oof.
And I was still smoking. At like, I don't know what time task closed, 9. And I think that I was still smoking at 7:30.
Yeah.
And I showed up there on tweaker time.
Right.
So I showed up there at like 9:05.
I was going to say 8:59.
Yeah. So they didn't let me go, but somehow it didn't get through. Yeah. Again, God, in retrospect, wasn't ready.
Yeah.
So I gave my plea, and then my not getting in trouble ass ends up like I loaned my car to a friend, and he totaled it and ran from the scene. So the cops show up at my house, and I'm like,
you're like, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me, you know?
Yeah.
And I was ready to go do a call or something. So I was all done up, and they're like, but I'm not a rat. Wouldn't tell on him. Wouldn't even, who is this guy? I don't know. I don't know his last name. Right. Don't know where he lives.
Right.
Well, some friend. You just loaned this person a car.
Yeah.
And then my rental car, I loaned another guy the car to go up to Circle K. He leaves the keys in it in July.
Jesus.
And I'm like in the square. is
Okay.
where I'm kind of living on the outskirts
Yeah.
of the square. And it gets stolen.
Yeah.
And the same cops that arrested me came to do the missing, the stolen vehicle report.
They're like, you look pretty familiar.
Yeah. And then a few months later, I had loaned my car again to a friend. She brought it back. Or no, they were following her for credit card fraud. And
Wow.
she showed up at my house, stayed there a few hours, and I was on probation, and that's all they needed. They watched the house for the day. I think I had like every single person that came in and out was a felon.
Gotcha.
And I got the knock that night, and the concussion grenades and the ramming iron and all like full on house raid. Oh, yes. And I had 13 people were at my house at that time.
Jesus. So what did they get you for?
They got me for Class 6 for possession of marijuana because they raided my safe.
Gotcha.
And I had like a little bag of marijuana.
Okay.
They got me for Class 6 for paraphernalia. There was a bubbler on my staircase, the banister. They got me on a Class 4 for forgery. I had a disc of medical records.
Oh, wow.
Of medical profiles, 180 people.
Jesus.
Never had done anything with it.
Yeah.
But, like, I had a friend that, like, he was doing interstate transport of meth, and he was doing real well. And he just had an alias, and that's all I was going to do was travel with this alias. But when they asked me, I was like, hey, I've got this disc of medical profiles in my computer. Where'd you get it? I don't know.
No, I get it. I did the
So I'll own it. Never did anything with it.
Right.
So that was a Class 3.
Okay.
And they're like, hey, man, if we think you're a good girl, just made some bad choices.
Right.
Go to treatment. It'll have a lot of bearing over whether or not you get charged.
For sure.
So I go to treatment, and I'm pissing and kicking and moaning like just a little baby bitch because I didn't get high like I wanted to that one last time. Nobody wants to come to the house that got raided.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And at that point, my father was terminally ill with colon cancer. And so my parents they're like, listen, we will pay for you to go to treatment. I was 34.
Okay.
And we'll pay for you to go, but if you decide not to, don't ever contact us again. So I went, kicking and screaming, whatever.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even come out of my room for like 4 or 5 days. The therapist comes in, she's like, listen, we did not invite you here.
Yeah.
So you asked to come here.
Right.
If you don't want to be here,
Then don't be here.
then leave.
Yeah.
But you need to start participating.
Yeah.
And so I did. And sitting around the dinner table one night and like laughing without chemicals in my system. And it's the belly laugh that makes your stomach ache.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is cool.
Like I can do this.
It was just enough hope.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That maybe I want something different. Meanwhile, I'm like, I get my phone privileges. I'm looking for new apartments.
Yeah.
So I was very mixed.
Yeah.
But there at 21 days, you could go on an overnight.
Okay.
So I went on an overnight, and the boyfriend didn't come, and he like left me stranded.
Oh, okay.
And the only number I know is the dealer.
Yeah.
Right? So I
you
reach out to
call
him. He scoops me up, takes me to his house until I can get somebody to come get me. And I never saw, people in and out, I never saw one bit of drugs.
Wow.
Nothing.
That's God for sure.
Acting through him,
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And I got back to the treatment center. I did the UA. And just before I had left, I had some blood work done. And I had engaged in some really, really high-risk behaviors while I was out there.
Absolutely.
I did sex work. And while I was always 100% safe in my sex work, I was 100% unsafe in my personal life. and I had hooked up with a guy that, like, I had heard stories about, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't care. This was 6 weeks before I got sober. I didn't care if I lived or died. Right. And so I was like, hey, put all these other tests on there. He's like, okay. I get back, do my UA. I was like, hey, have those test results come back? And they were like, hold on a minute. Let's go in the other room and talk. And I was like, oh, God, this is bad.
This is bad.
So 21 days sober, I found out I was HIV positive. Flooded with the I'm not good, I'm diseased, I'm damaged, I'm unsaleable goods, I'm unworthy, I'm gonna die. You know, my roommate asked to change rooms because she thought I would infect her by sharing the toilet. And there again, God showed up. My therapist, her brother was also HIV positive, and so she just took me and got all the stuff done and started educating me. And I think in that darkness of not sharing the room and not coming out, I had my actual first step experience.
Okay.
You know, like that you have a voice.
Yeah.
Do you remember who you were?
Right.
Like, just give it all to me and I promise I'll give you a life.
Absolutely.
And so I had that desperation of the drowning man. And I got out of treatment. I stayed 45 days. I moved into a sober living. And I got arrested 2 days later.
What'd they arrest you for?
They finally pressed charges.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So, you know, my mom has to come up and get the bail bondsman. And
you're like, I'm not even doing anything
you
wrong.
know, but I had laid it all out. Yeah. And I was like, I didn't do anything, Mom. They got me attorneys, and God bless them that they were able to. And I stayed in that sober living environment. I started working there. I was sponsoring 1 million girls.
Right.
I was so deeply involved in CA service work and fought it. And then at Christmas, year 1 of sobriety, I was like 10 months. They came back. I got absolved of the identity theft charges. I ended up with 30 days.
Yeah.
And I spent Christmas and New Year's, my first year sober.
In jail.
In jail.
Okay.
And the beautiful thing is like, I took a book and I started a meeting. Like, I couldn't get, I would put in tank orders and never got.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Right.
I was able to be there for the sick and suffering addict who's going through detox, you know.
It gives me goosebumps you saying this, because I go in, you know, I go in on to Estrella, and I have a sponsee that's in there right now. I've been sponsoring her for 7 years, but I told her this Sunday, I was like, listen, like, you're in here for a fucking timeout.
Yeah.
Utilize the stuff that you know, because these other girls in this dorm don't know. Mm-hmm. You have been sober. You came in here sober.
Yeah.
Your stuff that you're sitting on right now is wreckage. Yep. And utilize this time that you're in here, because nobody can get you out right now.
Yeah.
And utilize this time and help these other girls. Yeah,
I would have like up to 10 people sitting in a room doing a meeting.
Absolutely.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
Right? And here's the cool things. Like, I had 3 visitors a week. And I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I had money on my books. I got stuff. I got postcards every day. Like, it was a different thing from going in. But what a beautiful way to, like, here's the gifts of sobriety.
Right.
Right?
No, for sure.
That you can get as well.
Yeah.
And that you can walk through that hard thing. You can.
Yeah.
And so I got out and just, like, got my ear chip, and things just took off.
Yeah.
I had a big old God, and I moved out on my own finally. I moved in with a sober roommate.
Okay.
And then finally moved out on my own after that. I didn't live alone until I was like 18 months sober.
Gotcha.
I wasn't ready.
So you were doing the treatment and everything for HIV and
I didn't even start treatment for that for a really long time.
Really?
I didn't. Apparently, I'm what they call an elite controller, so I don't often have a viral load.
Gotcha.
Even without medication.
Uh-huh.
But I want to be safe for my love, the person that I'm with.
For
and, but I did start speaking out about it. Like, I never wanted anybody to feel alone like I was.
Yeah.
And so I share very openly in meetings. I would share.
Yeah.
Because I just want people to know it's okay.
It's okay. For sure.
And
nowadays it's not like it was in the 80s.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like, there's so much medication and just so many other resources available that.
But I do also think that it has gotten lost, that you can still die from it.
Yeah.
Because there's so much out there.
Right.
So I did that for a long time, and then, God just, I think the ebbs and flows, right? Like, you have to enlarge your spiritual life. Mm-hmm. And God has to keep getting bigger for this really big life that I'm getting.
Right.
And I've struggled. I've gone back and forth. It has definitely been a dance with that over the years, because God has taken on the shape of a man for many years, and us addicts and alcoholics, man, codependency, whether it be on a sponsee or a spouse or a friend, or like we can lose ourselves.
Absolutely.
Working in recovery, you can lose yourself.
Making your work your
recovery. Yeah. Gosh.
And we talk about it a lot because, you see it so much. You
do.
Really do.
Well, I did a big book study at work. Okay, but is that your recovery?
Right.
No, that's work.
Yeah.
You're getting paid for that.
Right. No, I get it.
So, man, and life just kept happening. I got engaged and had a couple miscarriages. I wanted so badly to be a mom, and at 38, I'm like, clock's definitely ticking.
It's ticking.
And then I get engaged and have a miscarriage, all within a month of each other.
Wow.
So God is not really. I'm not going to Him first. And so I'm like, well, how can I fill my void?
Right.
I'll plan a wedding. And my father is going to give up once my parents hit their 50th, December 13th, 2013. That's going to be their 50th wedding anniversary. Wow. He's going to give up at that point. He's tired. He's been doing chemo for 7 years. And so plan the wedding, right? And what do you know? He comes here because he's going through his treatments at the Mayo, and they have to cancel. They discontinue this experimental treatment that he's doing. And then he ends up in the hospital on October 10th, and he's really sick. When he showed up, I was like, how the hell did you drive a 42-foot RV from Flagstaff? He looked like the preacher from Poltergeist. I mean, it was really, really sad.
Yeah.
But man, there's God.
Yeah.
Brings him here because I'm scheduled to get married on the 20th of October.
Okay.
My mom still has to go down to Yuma. He's in the hospital. She finally feels okay that she can leave him here so she can go take care of these things and get all their stuff and come back. Who do they call when they tell me he needs to be moved to hospice? Me.
Yeah.
And I got to show up and sit there, and I gave that amends. That was the amen. Oh, I said it all, and it was so good and so true. And I got to hold his hand, and I got to be there for everything. And I walk in on October 16th. My fiance at the time, he celebrated his 1 year, and we're watching. We're putting puzzles together.
Yeah.
At at my dad's hospice home.
Wow.
But I got to be there when he drew his last breath, and what a beautiful thing that was, right?
So he died before your wedding?
4 days.
Wow.
Yeah. But there was okay, I'm not taking my mom away at this point then, which is cool.
Right.
And so had the wedding, and
beautiful wedding, by the way.
Thank you. It was a beautiful wedding. It was a sober wedding. And then I think that I was getting ready to go to Tahiti for a honeymoon, and I also lost my job, like in those 2 weeks between the wedding and my honeymoon. And it was like, hey, you're not meeting our expectations. You can sign this, and you have to. It was expectations that only God could meet, right? Gotcha. It was a government-funded grant and whatever.
They had to let
and
some
I was
people
going to be
go.
gone. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I failed at this, and I went. I quit my job, and honeymoon's over. What do I do? Yeah. Let's get pregnant so I don't have to deal,
Absolutely.
Like, don't have to face it. Got pregnant again, lost the baby again. And then, sadly, it is part of my story. I'm not going to touch on it very long, but then the husband relapsed at 18 months. And there's just so much stuff that happened, and it just was chaos. But I stayed sober. Right. And I eventually did get pregnant. And I had this situation that happened that I really thought that I would never, ever. I was at the We Treat, and somebody came up to me and they're like, you don't want that person out of the boat. And I was like, no, they can go out of the boat, like neurelapse. You don't want that for them. And I was like, no, I do. I was so sick. Yeah. But I knew that I needed to work on the forgiveness piece of it, right? Gotcha. And 9 months later, I made this amends, and this person made an amends to me, and it was like, God. Yeah. That was God. Right. Miracles.
For sure.
And that person became my very best friend.
Yeah.
And so I'm emotional. I lost her. Yeah. Not even 2 weeks ago.
I know.
And
it's tough.
It's tough,
I think that one stings too, and I told you, I know that she's in a better place. You know what I mean? Like, she's not suffering anymore. She's not hurting. She's with.
Yeah. But
she's with her man.
She is. She's with her man, and she's with Jesus. And the thing is, and I think it's really important, when I was out drinking for those 2 years, the resentments that I developed towards AA.
Right.
And the program.
Yeah.
Right? People stopped calling. They stopped calling long before, and I don't know if people just thought like I had all my shit together.
Right.
Right, and I was a mom, and I was
busy. We don't
busy.
Need to check on the strong ones.
We don't check on the strong ones,
sure.
And she's got babies at home, and pandemic happens, and and nobody checked on me, and I was really, really, really resentful.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes we get to a place when we're sober and we're recovered that we definitely forget. But there is also sometimes where people will set boundaries, and everybody's different. Yeah. And I understand having to have boundaries for your heart, right? Sure. But there are also people that will sponsor. And if you relapse, they turn their back on you, and they won't accept your phone call, and I've seen it hurt too many people. Right. I've seen people hurt by that.
Yeah.
I've been hurt by that. My loved ones have been hurt by that.
Right.
So it doesn't feel safe to come back.
Right. And I hate that so much. I hate the feeling that people, the resentment that people get towards the program, because it was that one incident with that person or whatever that looked like doesn't mean that the whole program is like that.
But when we're out there,
right,
we can't see that.
For sure.
For sure. And add on the crushing judgment and shame that we have.
Yeah.
And it's a killer, man. So I've just held myself to, if you call me or I'm going to reach out to you, hey, pulse check, I love you. Just wanted to check in.
Yeah.
I don't even ask, do you want to get sober? Are you sober? I just don't. Just know I love you. I don't
judge you.
I don't judge you.
Not at all.
I have a responsibility.
Right.
And my responsibility is to extend the hand of recovery at any time, at any place, to anyone.
Right.
I'm here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's, man, and I did all the speaking things. I spoke everywhere. I had awesome opportunities to go out there and share out of state things, and I did a lot of the LGBT stuff.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And then, and I work in behavioral health.
Right.
I was an SMI supervisor, team supervisor through the pandemic, and man, moving out of direct care. So I still working for Mercy Care now. But when I got sober again, I had the resentment was still there very much so, but I felt like I had nothing to share. So I wasn't sponsoring women. I did church. I did Celebrate Recovery. So I had God.
Right.
But finally, I saw people that I love recovering around me or getting their spiritual life is blossoming, and they're getting these blessings of just internal
absolutely
happiness that is palpable.
Yeah.
Right.
And you want
and
it.
I wanted it.
Right.
So then I was like, I got to do this.
Yeah.
And so I asked my current sponsor, would you please sponsor me? I had heard her share.
Yeah.
And she was just a strong Christian woman that I just loved what she said, and I wanted to be like her. And I asked her to sponsor me, and I told her hey man, I have 2 years sober.
Yeah.
And I know the steps, and I've done them backwards, forwards.
Right.
But I haven't done shit for my recovery since I got sober.
Yeah.
Really. I did what IOP told me I had to do.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
Gotcha.
And in July, I got to share for the first time in 5 years. It was 5 years. And, man.
Because you were the main speaker for 2019.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I just finished a service commitment. I chaired a Monday meeting at the fellowship.
Okay.
9:30. Love that meeting.
Yeah.
I have 2 active sponsees.
I love
that. And just I'm raising my hand every chance I get, open to speaking whenever I get asked.
Getting you on podcasts now. No.
Look at me.
Getting you right out of your comfort zone.
It is. I mean, I never thought that I was going to be, and I'm 50 now.
Bitch, you are a badass 50-year-old.
Well, thank you. But, and having to look at different things with my children.
Yeah.
My children have ADHD. And my son, he was one of the biggest, it hurt.
Yeah.
The struggles that I had, it hurt.
Yeah.
He hadn't been able to have friends, and he was getting in trouble at school, and I struggled with this because it's what do you give the kid with ADHD?
Right.
I
mean, back in our day, it was let me stick him on some Ritalin and see what happens. But we don't want him to be a guinea pig either.
Right. So as parents, we had to decide, and there was struggle, and I'm I was talking to one woman, and she's like, well, I didn't want my son to self-medicate.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I didn't want that either for my kid.
Right.
And so, yes, Ritalin was the first line. So we tried that. And man, he was laid out, but so lethargic even. But his other disorder, oppositional defiance, was on steroids. And he's getting kicked out every week from school. And I'm he's been kicked out of other schools. And I'm just oh my gosh, it's happening.
Yeah.
And what are we going to do? And then, but we did. The second medication was the right one.
Thank God.
it has absolutely changed his life, and I'm so grateful. And like, I'm such a big advocate for outside help, no matter what that looks like, right?
Yes, queen.
For myself, for my sponsees, and there I've seen it as we just lose something.
Yeah.
In the book, I think when we get into sponsorship, sometimes we start thinking that we know best.
Mm-hmm. We don't know shit.
And we don't know shit. And there are some that believe the steps can fix everything, but the steps do a lot.
They do.
They do a lot.
And I agree with that.
They transform lives.
I agree with that.
But they don't fix your DNA.
Right.
And so, man, if you need the antidepressant, if you need the antipsychotic, if you need the therapy, if you need the DBT, the whatever, CBT, if you need the EMDR, do it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. I think therapy changed my life, and I've talked to you about it, just not just on one-on-one therapy, but marriage counseling too, And it's helped me tremendously.
Yes.
And not that my husband and I have a bad marriage, because that's not it at all.
No.
But we're so toxic from past that we don't know how to have healthy.
Right.
So the marriage counseling really helps us, but the one-on-one therapy helps us with our guilt and our shame from the shit that we've done that the steps haven't fixed either,
And since we are humans, we still mess up.
Absolutely.
Gosh,
we're not perfect.
Learning how to parent. I missed all that. I had my first kid at age 40 and my second at 43. And I'm like, all of my friends have grandkids.
Yeah.
So I'm either asking the 25-year-old,
what do I do?
What do I do?
Yes. Right.
But I don't want to mess them up.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess my kids
For
up.
sure.
And I'm just... Yeah, I just know that life is still so incredibly messy, right?
For sure.
But there's nothing hard that I can't do if I'm sober.
Right.
Some days that's the best thing I got is, man, I'm sober today.
I stayed sober today.
Yeah. I can't get to have I been to a meeting in the last week or two?
Yeah.
Have I made contact with my sponsor? What one little thing can I do? And then I struggle with the isolation still very much. Nobody wants to hear it.
Yeah. It's
broken
just a broken record. They don't want to hear the bullshit. It's never going to change.
I'm going to take control in this area. But one thing I have in the last 6 months, 8 months, and maybe it was my birthday. That was bam, you're 50, nothing. You're not.
Nothing is going to,
is the codependency.
Yeah.
You're
a strong, independent woman.
Well, I don't want to I want to get okay. And I'm far from it right now, right? I'm far from it.
But you're on the right path.
But I'm on the path.
Absolutely.
Of learning how to navigate. And
I think learning to love yourself again.
Yes.
I think that's the biggest part is, you know what I mean? You come from, you were fucking Miss Arizona. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You were a pageant queen.
Yeah.
And you're such a beautiful person inside and out. And I love you so much. And I'm so grateful, for you in my life and just being a friend,
Yeah.
Because, that friend thing can be.
It's uncomfortable.
Sometimes, for sure. For sure. But we suit up and we show up.
Man, I'm telling you, that day I was I don't know why, but Dominica and Christin, they just are in my ear. I just hear them.
Yeah.
And all I did was hey man, I'm this is the first time in 5 years I don't feel worthy. I don't feel like I'm ready. I'm not I have nothing to say. I have nothing to offer.
Yeah.
And y'all showed up, man.
Yes, you do.
And it was like, oh, yes, I can isolate myself so much that, yes, I am not alone. And I am still loved. And
we suit up and we show up and we fucking cheer you on. Oh, I'm not supposed to lift my hands above my head, but,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank God. And just, getting to say goodbye to my friend.
Yeah.
Like, getting to actually say goodbye to her, getting to have my family say goodbye to her was just
beautiful. For sure. Yeah.
Beautiful.
May she rest in peace,
But it won't be for nothing.
Not at all. Not at all. And I have said in the past, like, I believe that some people have to die for others to live. You know what I mean? And again, with her, like, after she lost her significant other, she was never the same. Yeah. That's where she wanted to be. Yeah. And like I said, some people have to die for others to live. Yeah. And she's in such a better place. Yeah. And she's happy. And she's living her life up there.
I was coming back from Payson on Sunday.
Yeah.
And, like, I pulled up and I had, like, this Jenga thing going on with this other car because I'm on the wrong side of the pump because there was somebody there and, like, they wanted to switch with me. And I got out, and he's my age.
Yeah.
And he's playing some trance, like, it's loud. Yeah. They have the Jeep open top, and I was like, ooh, this is good.
Yeah.
And instantly I thought of her and David, and I was like, David, my husband, and I'm like, oh, man, they would love this.
Yeah.
Right? And I asked who it was, and I got in the car and found it, and I turned it on, and the words, it was like her saying hi, and it just filled me with so much peace and joy.
For sure.
And like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Absolutely.
And I get to show this to my children. So
yeah.
And we get to be parents to them and show them. We don't sugarcoat it.
Right.
We don't sugarcoat what drugs do.
Right.
And even though we'll just round up, they're 10 and 7.
Yeah.
Hey man, my kids go to meetings.
Yeah.
They
grew up in that program.
They grow up in this program. They know what sponsees are. They know what, they know that what looks like, what making bad choices looks like.
Right.
Absolutely. And hopefully.
Please. Yeah, for sure.
That will help when they get older. For sure. So I'm just, no matter how messy and ugly and things hard and hurting things are, I'm so grateful and so blessed
that you get to go through all these things sober.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean? And my mess is definitely a message.
Yeah.
Our mess is definitely a message.
Yeah.
So just speak out, man.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to need it.
Absolutely. Well, I just want to thank you again for coming on and just sharing your truth and just being vulnerable and just being you, because I love you.
I love
and
you so much.
If you are struggling, always you can reach out, thecrossroadsinc.org. We are located at 2002 East Osborne Road. We're open Monday through Saturday. We take all access plans and all commercial insurance. So you are not alone. Reach out. Again, Erin, I love you so much. Thank you for coming in here.
This was so much fun.
Yes. And with that, I'll pass. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Recovery on Air, the official podcast of Crossroads Addiction Rehabilitation, with your host, Christin Day. Join us next time as we continue our candid discussions about addiction and recovery. Listen 24/7 anytime to this or any of our shows online at starworldwidenetworks.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.